All right. What is good? What is good, everybody? Tonight, there will not be no music on the Talking Poncho's Palace because we got a time limit and we've only got 10 minutes on the Talking Poncho's Palace. So we got to make the most of it in 10 minutes. But what's good, everybody? This is Poncho Blazing ATM at your service. Reverend Joseph James Holland, the social media and YouTube legend and future first ballot Hall of Famer. And I'm saved, sanctified, filled with the Holy Ghost, fire baptized. I'm living right, staying saved, doing God's will, keeping heaven my home, and I'm always living for the Lord 24/7 and living for the people, living for the nation, living for the whole world, that is. But I truly thank each and every single one of you all so much. This is the first time in maybe, I want to say 4 months. Somebody say 4 months. 4 months that we've been live. The last time we was live on the Talking Ponchos Palace was back on October 2023. So imagine 4 months off the shelf and we back. Happy Valentine's Day to everybody around the world. I'm talking about to my brothers, to my sisters, to the men, to the women, to the ladies, to everybody out in the world. Whether you're black, white, yellow, green, red, purple, it doesn't matter where you're from. You could be from the United States of America, North and South America. You could be from Asia. You could be from Australia. You could be from Europe. It doesn't matter where you're from. I'm very happy that to see each and every single one of you all here. And today's subject is going to be very short and sweet. We're just going to be talking about Valentine's Day and love. And let me just give you a tip, men. For all the men around the world, you got to have lotion on your hands. Now, why am I putting lotion on my hands? It's very simple. Because number one, I've got to stay healthy. Number two, when I put lotion on my hands, your hands smell real good. And number three, you want to make sure that when you touch your woman, give her that smooth touch. And make sure your hands are very smooth and gentle. Yes, you got to make sure your hands are smooth and gentle. But what is the meaning of Valentine's Day and love? It's very simple. Valentine's Day is the one day out of the year where we celebrate love. Valentine's Day is the one day out of the year where we actually appreciate love. We appreciate true love, real love, and a lot of people sometimes appreciate fake love. Now, to me, uh, I'm really not a personal fan of Valentine's Day. I know, I shouldn't say that. I definitely shouldn't say that. I do apologize for saying that, but it's probably one of my least favorite holidays, just because I've had some bad experience with Valentine's Day. Hey, now Valentine's Day may be the greatest holiday for you, but for me, it is not so much. But I will say this: I have only had three good Valentine's days in those Valentine's years days that I've only had great success on is 2011. Of course, when The Rock came back to WWE, the most electrified man in all of entertainment. 2019, when my cousin Lorenza Hernandez got married. Let me just shout out to my cousin Lorenza Hernandez. I am so proud of you for still hanging in there and still doing great. And I am going to go see you some a day pretty soon in 2020, just before a month before the pandemic came. I had a great Valentine's Day on that day, but the rest of the time I have not. But Valentine's Day means your heart. Valentine's Day means your soul, your spirit, your mind, and your body. and your ability to appreciate what love is. And for Valentine's Day, just to the men, to the ladies, on this day, you have to treat your woman very special. You can do it by flowers, you can do it by chocolates, a night in the room, if you know what I mean. I can't describe what that means, you all, but just love your woman for who she is. And to the women appreciating the men, hey, you all be there for your men. Love your men and definitely be patient with them. Because us men, we are hotheads, we have tempers, we have attitudes. And to the women, they love to talk. They do. And to the men, let me just say this. If you are going to be with a woman, get ready to be able to communicate, talk more, and be able to chat more because they will make you better as far as being a chatter and a talker. So you definitely have to get used to that. If you can't communicate with a woman by talking and by just chatting with them, you won't get anywhere. Hey, and there's some relationships that men don't hardly talk at all. But shout outs to all couples around the world, whether you're boyfriend or girlfriend, or whether you're husband or wife. I appreciate all real and true couples. Now, to me, and I think I can speak for all true, real Christians, it should be a man and a woman, or a woman and a man. And I might get in trouble for this, but I guess to say it anyway. It should not be no woman and woman and man and man. It should be a woman and a man and a woman. I'm sorry if I hurt your all's feelings. I'm sorry that I did say that, but that's how it's supposed to be. But we know in this day and age that it's, of course, we know in this day and age how it is in the world. That's all I can say on that. But to the men that are with their woman, continue to be there for each other, to love each other, care for each other, communicate together, and never give up on each other. You know, relationships nowadays, we give up too easy. And some reasons is valid because some reasons it's on account of cheating, it's on account of lying, it's on account of stealing, it's on account of people getting beat up. And speaking of that, let me just say this real quickly. When a man, talking about a man putting his hands on a woman, I cannot stand that at all. I hate it when I hear when a man puts their hands on a woman, beating up wise. You know, whenever you make love or when you're involved in the bedroom, of course, you can have your hands on your woman, of course. But I'm talking about beat up wise. I can't stand it when a man beats up or hits a woman. And let me just say this for the record, real quickly. Men, and to all men and boys around the world, listen to me, listen to me, listen to me. So that way you don't go out here and say, oh, Poncho said that we can do this. Poncho said that we can do that. Listen to me very closely. The only time, and I mean this very well, the only time when a man should put his hands on a woman beat up wise, the only time you should ever do that is when you get to a point where you've done all you can when the woman is literally getting ready to kill you. And I mean literally kill you, like kill you to death, murder, to the point where you have no choice but to hit a woman. And even with that, you can do lots of things to knock her down. You can nudge, you can tap with the fingers, or you can just, because let's hear this. A lot of men are stronger than women, but a lot of women are tough, and a lot of women sometimes are stronger than men. But like I said, the only time a man should ever put his hands on a woman is to the fact that you are literally getting ready to get killed and murdered to the point where you have no choice but to do so. And even with that, there is boundaries, and you can do other things besides hit her if you can avoid that. But just for updates on what's going on, Carl Weathers has passed away. We are truly apologize for the loss of Carl Weathers. He was a wonderful actor, and he will truly be missed. His favorite shows and segments was In the Heat of the Night and Rocky. We all know how he was in Apollo, in Rocky 1 and 2, and 3 and 4. Let me turn on this show right quick. Of the Kansas City Chiefs have won the Super Bowl. Congratulations to the Kansas City Chiefs for winning the Super Bowl in 2024. Michigan has won the college football championship. Congratulations to Michigan for winning the college championship. Had to turn on Court Cam because Court Cam is on right now. And while we're at that subject, all the TV shows are currently back in filming. So the TV shows are back and better than ever. But next season, next year in September 2024, TV shows is going to be lit because they're fully going to be back. And March Madness is getting ready to take place in basketball, in college basketball. Get ready because there's been some classic games so far in college basketball this year. John Moran has now returned from his suspension, 25 games just for having a gun in the club. My goodness. And right now, this Sunday, we may be at Bethel Living Waters Church. So for this Sunday at One Way Ministries, we'll be traveling most likely to Bethel Living Waters Church. It's not been confirmed yet, but as soon as we know more details about that, we will let you know. And we'll be starting there at 6 o'clock with Bethel Living Waters Church in Pennington Gap, Virginia. And just happy birthdays to our beautiful love, Celeste Solar, and to my beautiful friend, Colleen Boggs, to Mackenzie Early Kaner. Hey, Mackenzie, I see you. To Raven Williams. Hey, Raven Williams. To Dixie Caldwell. I see you, Dixie. I see you. And congrats to A.D. Griffin's girlfriend, Natalie King, for her success. I see you also. Great success to you. But to everybody that's had a birthday this month and this past month, happy birthday to you, my brothers and sisters out there in the world. And as soon as we have more updates at some point in time, if I'm back on here, we will officially let you know. But this is the 85th episode of the Talking Poncho's Palace. Can you believe it? 85 episodes. 85 episodes. And speaking of that, I want to let you all know right now that I now am Meta certified, verified on Facebook. You hear me? Meta certified, verified on Facebook with a blue check mark. So that means that on my regular profile personal page, I now have the blue check mark. So I'm with all my fellow celebrities and public figures. And it feels real good to have the blue check mark. I'm just going to tell you. The blue check mark the spot. But I'm very thankful and very blessed to have that check mark for real. When you're certified, verified on anything, whatever it is in life, it's an honor and it's a privilege. Speaking of honor and privilege, Dwayne The Rock Johnson is now owns the rights to his name, The Rock. And he's now a member of the TK board. A member of the TK board, The Rock is. Roman Reigns has now been the WWE World Heavyweight Champion for 4 years. 4 years in a row, Roman Reigns has been the champion. And I don't care what anybody says about Roman Reigns now. Honestly, you can say that the man is a cheater, the man's a liar, whatever you want to. But anytime you can defend your title and overcome all odds in 4 years and not be beat, whether you have help or not, that's truly a blessing. And Roman Reigns can now be considered one of the greatest wrestlers of all time because of his work and success of beating people. And The Rock slapped Cody Rhodes. Can you believe it? The Rock slapped Cody Rhodes. He did a pow like Will Smith. It wasn't as impactful as Will Smith's, but with his big hands, he just smacked Cody Rhodes like that. And speaking of that, oh, what else is there to update? Oh, yes. Pastor Rakino Morcon is no longer the pastor of Mount Tabor Church in the Bahamas. Pastor Rakino Morcon has now resigned and is no longer the pastor of Mount Tabor Church. He resigned back in early January of this year. And speaking of that, Minister Greg Kirtland is now going to be ministering. So he's now going to be ministering around the world. Pastor Jennifer Corner from the House of Hope Atlanta is getting great opportunities pastoring around the world. So check her out. I'm encouraging you all to because Pastor Jennifer is a great minister and she preaches the word of God with truth and honesty. And speaking of that, at KCC Kingdom City Church is anointing services on. But I have to go at this time. And it's been great seeing you all. And we'll see you all later. And have a great night. Hey, you call me?